and welcome back to A Different Life, my YouTube channel on my life living aboard Sorsa, a Moody 47, older one, and I sail around the Western Isles of Scotland. In today's video we're going to look at one of my favourite places to anchor or to stay, whether it's an anchor on a mooring or on a mooring ball. A little place called Plockton, which is just north of Plockton on Loch Carn, and it's an absolutely drop dead gorgeous little picture postcard place. In the video it's near Skye, so if you're heading for Skye it's a 6-mile detour by road to go to Plockton, but this is all about doing it by boat. In the video we're going to look at the bay, at the moorings. There's several swinging moorings available for overnight use on a first come first served basis. I think it's £20 a night. I think there's a dozen or so swinging moorings available to the public. They're yellow and have a V on the can, and that's how you can tell if it's a private one or if it's one of the publicly available moorings. Of the publicly available moorings, there's half a dozen over on the castle side of the bay, just offshore from where the castle, or from where the stone house on the shore is. And then there's other moorings that are more centrally located in the bay, closer to the actual pontoon, which is available for embarking and disembarking with your tender. There are facilities available in the bay. One of these is water, and towards the end of the video I show how to get access to the water, which is not immediately obvious. There's a hose that runs up and goes into what looks like somebody's garden, but it is okay to use it, and I'll explain the details later in the video when we come to that part close to the end. In the bay itself, as well as the publicly available moorings, there's quite an extensive area where I've seen boats typically drop anchor and stay without using a swinging mooring. I'll point that out later in the video as we motor past that in my tender. So basically in the video we're going to have a look at the bay. So here's my crewmate Lynn coming up the dock to join us. Yes. Yeah, give us a bit more, give us a bit more. So while I was here, we were on a swinging mooring on the east side of the bay. In front of there's a small pontoon, as well as a lovely stone-built house on the shore. And we were fairly close to the shore from there. This little journey now is on the rib going across the bay, and the first part of the bay, once we're past the other boats, is where people generally anchor. If you come into this bay and the plan is not to take a swinging mooring, then this open area of water here is where most people seem to anchor. I've never anchored here myself as yet, but it seems like the holding is quite good, because I've had a few windy days and seen boats at anchor here, and they seem to have been quite comfortable and not had any real issues. So as I say, this is the area where you would drop anchor if you're not planning on taking a mooring ball, or if the mooring balls are full and no longer available. So here we are looking at the main street of Plockton across the water here. There is only one real main street in the town. There's a couple of other streets through the housing areas behind the main street, but the main street's where all the commercial action is. Behind this yellow ball, the bay tends to dry out at low tide, so it can become quite a an expansive area of dried out seabed, so be wary of that if you're in any way thinking of going near there with a keel. It's very shallow further in as we're approaching right now. So we're going to do a little tour of the part of the bay which is not really suitable for keel boats, for keel sailing yachts as it were, because it gets very shallow when the tide's out and some of this area dries out. But there is a small pontoon for non-keel boats, I think used by the locals, and we'll just take a little motor past it and see what it is. Plockton itself is a lovely little village. It's very picturesque. It's very, it's tourist oriented. There's a few hotels and a couple of bars, tourist information, a couple of coffee houses, and as I'll mention later in the video, there's a place called Gathering Grays, which is both a restaurant, cafe and shop, and is a fantastic little service to the community in the services it provides. So we're moving around now. We're turning back and heading back to my own boat, which is on a swinging mooring in the distance there. And that's kind of the tour of the bay, the non-sailing yacht part of the bay. And as I say, we're moving back roughly northwards towards where all the swinging moorings are in the deeper water that's not affected tidally, in the sense that it doesn't dry out or come anywhere near drying out. As you can see from the surrounding countryside, it is very beautiful. There's hills, there's mountains in the distance, and it's just absolutely a wonderful little place. And here we are now in the mooring ball area of the bay, which is where most sailboats will end up, either on a swinging mooring or, as I mentioned earlier in the video, in the area for anchoring, which we're just kind of passing over right now. Lots of private moorings as well as the publicly available moorings, and quite a variety of sailboats. Interesting place all around. Lovely place to spend time in. Great sheltered spot too. If the weather's bad, it's pretty sheltered in here, so it's a good hideaway if you're caught in some heavy weather coming out further out to sea. This is a great little place to go and tuck away in and ride out any storms. So a quick view from the main street at the bay that I mentioned earlier that dries out in low tide, and you'll see from the pictures above what I mean. Shop, which is also a restaurant and cafe. It's called the Gathering Grays, I believe is the name of it, and it's an excellent little place. Good food. For such a small shop, quite an extensive availability of goods, and the two owners are very nice people indeed, so if you're in town, give them any help you can with your trade. So water is available on the pontoon here. First of all, there's a valve beside the hose at the bottom of the pontoon. Second of all, you have to go up the ramp, and once you get onto land, at the very top of the ramp, there's a gate on the left-hand side. Looks like it's somebody's garden, but it's okay to go through that gate, and immediately to the right of the gate, once you're through it, there's another valve that has to be opened in order for water to flow down at the hose on the pontoon. remember to close the valve in the garden here when you're finished. And as I mentioned, you know, it's okay to use this, and even though it looks like private property, it's okay to use. Cheers. So the building on the hillside is Duncraig Castle. It's actually a baronial mansion built around about 1866 and currently is in a very good state of repair. The fellow who originally built it was a successful opium trader, I believe in the Far East, and on his return to the UK bought this, or had this building. Well, I'd just like to say thank you for watching the video, which I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give us a like and a subscribe and help us develop this channel. Thank you very much and have a good one.